Hi everybody, this is Diana, aka Pop Culture Diva 42, and I know I've been MIA for a long time. I think this is the first video that I'm doing in like a month. And I have been watching movies. I saw Django Unchained and Gangster Squad and Les Miserables. And I wanted to do reviews for all of them. I just haven't had the time. But I really wanted to talk about this because the internet just fucking exploded with the news that J.J. Abrams is going to direct the new Star Wars movie Episode VII. Now, I love Star Wars, and I also happen to love Star Trek, coincidentally. And if by now you don't know that I love Star Trek, then you should better like unsubscribe, because obviously you're not paying attention. But I'm curious to know what my subscribers and what my friends here on YouTube think about this. I personally think, I don't know what I'm going to fill this video with, because I don't know what more to say other than he is the uber mega giga safe choice. He's like the safest choice for a Star Wars director in Hollywood. It is scary how safe this choice is, because we've already seen him pull this crap with Star Trek. And J.J. Abrams, I have such a love-hate relationship with him because I love some of the things he's done. You know, although he wasn't always there 100% for Lost, I still think that Lost is one of the best television shows in the last decade. And for instance, I hated what he did with Mission Impossible, which is another franchise that was handed over to him. I really did not like Mission Impossible 3. And with Star Trek from 2009, I liked it, but I think we can all agree that it is a flawed movie. However, it is not a flawed movie to the extent that the prequels were flawed. And I think that has to do mostly with the fact that the Star Wars prequels had this air of pretentiousness to them, which, you know, they did not earn, whereas Star Trek was never pretentious and just wanted to be a fun blockbuster movie. And I think it's also the fact that most of the cast was on board 100% with J.J. Abrams' vision, whereas in Star Wars, the prequels, I think you can tell that Natalie Portman knows that she's acting in some piece of crap movie. You can, like, if you look close enough, you see the disgust on some of these actors' faces. Like, I'm a whore of Babylon. I can't believe I'm saying this crap. But Anakin, you're breaking my heart. Yeah, like the soul-sucking experience of being in a Star Wars prequel is evident on the faces of the actors in the Star Wars prequels. But in Star Trek, everybody was having fun, you know, because, you know, probably J.J. Abrams was beatboxing on the microphone in the breaks between filming and stuff. Yeah, everybody had fun, everybody was nice, and that's authentic, that came off well on screen. Now, going back to Star Wars, this franchise, and even Star Trek to some extent, George Lucas and Gene Roddenberry were visionaries. They broke the mold when they started this crap. And that is simply not where Hollywood is right now. Hollywood is in this safety-obsessed space in its head where it's like we see the same actors in multiple genre franchises. We see the same directors doing movies in different franchises. And I think this is pretty much the culmination of that. You have the same person handling the revival of Star Trek and Star Wars, which are the biggest, I think we can all agree that they are the biggest science fiction franchises in pop culture. And you have the same guy chosen to handle the creative vision to put these movies excuse me, to put these movies back in cinema theaters and to bring people in. And have we gotten to the point where Star Trek and Star Wars have the same creative vision? Do they have the same set of values? And I don't want to knock J.J. Abrams because, like I said, I think he is, maybe he's not a visionary to the same extent that George Lucas and Gene Roddenberry were at their prime when they created these things that are still around today. But, like, I think it speaks to the fact that he was chosen speaks to the fact that maybe the American audiences don't really care about these two franchises having their own distinct personalities, because as long as they're fun and entertaining and as long as it's bankable, it doesn't really matter. But Star Wars and Star Trek, you always hear people comparing them, and the true fans, I'm, like I said, I'm a fan of both, and the people who are fans of both say, oh no, they are so different. I think we reached the point right now in the development of both of these franchises when they are not different. They are pretty much the same thing. And I think that does a disservice to the decades and decades and decades of quality storytelling that we have behind us. Yeah, I think that's, like, I have nothing against J.J. Abrams, and whatever fucking happens, I'm going to be in the theater in 2015 if they actually manage to launch it in 2015. And I am going to pay for this, but what this speaks to for me is the fact that Star Trek and Star Wars are not different anymore. They are basically the same thing, and they rely on the same values, whereas Star Trek had a particular set of values and Star Wars had another, and maybe J.J. Abrams does have the potential to make two completely different franchises work and instill a sense of personality and individuality in both of them. I don't see it happening. He would have to be like fucking genius to do that. But I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying I would find it very surprising. But I'm ready to be proven wrong. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. He is a safe choice. I think Star Wars and Star Trek at this point in their development as franchises have reached the level where they are exactly the same. And I'm curious to know what you think, and may the Force be with us.